Hey, what's going on there, guys? Darren Dunlop coming at you. Before we go on any further, please subscribe to this channel, like the video, and drop a comment below. So I've been getting a lot of questions from men with respect to bulking. What is bulking? Well, it seems to me that people who are very thin are tired of it, quite frankly, and they want to put on some weight. But the question is, what weight do you want to put on? Do you want to put on muscle or do you want to put on fat? There is a big difference. Now, putting on muscle is very similar to losing fat. We need to eat multiple times throughout the day. The difference being, instead of having less per meal, we want to have more per meal, more calories per meal on a regular basis, day in and day out. We need to keep the body in a surplus. If we want to lose, we want to be in a deficit. Remember, calories in versus calories out. So the same thing applies with building muscle and bulking. We want to consume more calories on a day-to-day basis than our body needs. That extra bit will be converted into muscle, provided that we're training properly and correctly for the purposes of getting stronger and building muscle. So you need to be challenging yourself with the strength training program. You need to be lifting as heavy weights as possible that you can do with a strict form and control, and you need to try to progress and get better, lift more, or maybe it's more repetitions or what have you. Every situation is different. Some folks have access to the gym, some have access to home gym, some have no equipment whatsoever. There is always something that can be done. If you do not have equipment, whether it's push-ups, squats, dips, pull-ups, there's so many opportunities to build muscle and strength, but you have to back it up with food. Food. Now, it's gonna take some time, guys. It's gonna take some time. It's not gonna happen overnight, whether it's fat loss or building muscle and getting huge and swole. It's not gonna happen overnight. So you've gotta be patient. You've gotta be consistent day in and day out. That's with your training and with your food. Now, protein. Protein is very important. Protein is a building block. You want to be having at least 3 meals a day that contain protein, rather. So you should be having at least 4 to 6 meals a day. That will be a challenge. So let's start with that. Start with smaller meals and work your way up. If you start with too large of a meal, you're not going to be able to have another meal in 3 hours. You just won't. So build up to it. Allow your body to get adjusted to the increase in caloric consumption on a day-to-day basis. So some supplements that you can take that would assist in this bulking phase or building muscle would be obviously protein. A whey protein is really good, preferably isolate, which is more pure than just your standard whey. It's a bit easier to digest and more absorbable amount of protein goes to the body. Also, you might be a vegetarian and or allergic to milk products, in which case you might want to have a plant-based protein. It's a little more grainy, not as good, but it will still do the job and allow you to get the protein required to build that muscle that you want so badly. Another supplement that you could use would be creatine. Creatine, we've all heard about creatine. Creatine is wonderful. I won't go into the science behind it, but basically it helps to voluminize the cells, allows you to hold more water and lift heavier weights and build more muscle and get stronger and recover quicker. So these are definitely some things that you should be incorporating into your bulking program, but let's not call it bulking. Let's steal a term from Greg Doucette, and we'll call it man gaining. Man gaining, or is it main gaining? Either way, whatever it is. The point is, we don't want to get fat. We want to build muscle and still stay relatively lean. We want to be healthy. We want to be in good shape. We don't want to be yo-yo dieting. We don't want to spend all this time getting fat and then have to lose the fat in order to see some definition in abdominals. So let's do it right from the beginning in small meals throughout the day. Let's don't forget we need to be drinking a lot of water as well. Water is also very helpful to, again, voluminize the cell. When we're dehydrated, our performance is down, our strength is down. So if we want to get stronger, build bigger muscles, we need to be strong. We need to be at our best, at our optimum performance. So be fully hydrated, consume your meals, eat, train. And 4 to 6 weeks, you should start to see a difference. but don't be greedy. It takes time. And let's not get fat. Let's get lean and mean, and let's make a difference. Go get it, guys. Woo!